So you've heard that fast aperture glass, which is more expensive, is better glass. But why is that? What's different about a fast aperture glass that as opposed to a kit lens? Now let's just go ahead and acknowledge the fact that typically the fast aperture glass is going to be sharper. Now the aperture will drop below, say the kit lens may go down to 3.5 and change as you extend the lens up to 5.6. Well, that fast aperture glass, which is going to be a lot more expensive, it's going to be sharper. But usually what glass is, it's sharpest when you stop down at least one stop, if I remember correctly. It's not the sharpest at its lowest aperture setting, where it's wide open. It's where you step down. So you have the function of the lens where you want it to blur the background, and I'm just talking about the aperture, where you want it to blur the background or give you more separation, or you want it to allow more light to come in. Now, either way it goes, you're still going to lower or change the depth of field, meaning how much of a subject is actually in focus. So in this setup, I have three objects here. I'm gonna use this camera, just the Sony ZV-E10, to show this little quick test. I have a portable battery charger and my camera bag. Let's change it so you can see. Quick interruption. If you're liking this video so far, how about liking and subscribing to help me grow this channel? I appreciate it. Now back to this video, okay? Let's go. We have the camera, which has a Sigma 24-70 f 2.8, which means it's a 2.8 all the way through. Regardless, if you zoom out to 70, it's still 2.8. But I'm going to have it set to f3.5. It's set to 24 millimeters wide, f3.5. From the sensor of the camera to about 32 inches away, you have the portable charger. And then about 72 inches, 6 feet away, I have my camera bag. Let's change this to the camera so we can take a picture. Go back, turn my focal point mobility on, and we're there. I'm gonna focus on that. Take a picture. And now we're going to compare these two pictures, but now I want to change my focal point, nothing but my focal point, to the camera bag. I'm going to focus on that. And we're going to look at these two pictures and compare the two. Now remember, the portable charger is 32 inches from the camera, and the bag is 72 inches away from the camera. Also, the background is even further. Okay, in simplest form, the further distance you can get between your subject and the background, the more separation you can get in the image, if you set the aperture as low as you can. Okay, that sounds simple, and you're like, duh. Okay, so let's also look at it this way. The greater the distance is between your camera and the subject to the background, the less your depth of field will be, which means more stuff will be in focus. Now, if you get less distance between the subject and the camera, then your background separation will be greater. You'll have more out of focus. So if your subject is closer to the camera, that will result in a shallower depth of field. If your subject is further away from the camera, that will result in a greater depth of field, meaning more will be in focus. So the name of the game is to have as much separation from your subject to the background as humanly possible with a low aperture. I hope that helped. Anyway, grab your camera, try this out. You don't have to share the pictures, but just try it out. God bless.